Hey everybody, it's Kira with Polymer Clay TV, and today I am going to show you how to make this really cute ornament. Don't forget that you can find most of the supplies, including the silk screen here, at our shop, which is createalong.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel right now. Hit that subscribe button so that you'll always get our new videos right in your inbox. And let's get started with this project. It's super easy and simple, and you can make lots of them at a time. At Hobby Lobby, I was able to get this container full of little circle, oval, and rectangular ornament-sized pieces of wood. So I have the oval, and then I have an oval cutter, and I've picked up some other things to decorate this with. So what I'm going to do is, now that this is all dry, okay, we're going to decide which part. And I wanted to get the dream and the believe into the area that I'm going to use. So I'll just cut that. And I'm going to prep the piece of wood a little bit first. So I think the first thing I will do is paint the edges and the back with this same purple paint. And it is an acrylic, so it can go in the oven just fine. Basically, I'm thinking attaching the cord and baking it, and then attaching the cord is all that I would have left to do if I paint everything first. And of course you could do both sides if you wanted to. You would just have to bake it twice. But I really like the idea of hanging stuff like this on the wall, or even turning it into a fridge magnet, making it into a tree ornament, whatever you want to do. So we'll just let that paint dry. I'm going to use eye screws to hang this. So I've already put one in, and we'll decide where the other one's going to go. And it's actually easier to do this by holding onto it and pressing it and actually turning the wood to get it started. It's so small, and the pressure that you need to put on there to kind of get it started, I found that it was easier to hold it until it gets into the wood, and then you can just twist it the rest of the way in. And then once it gets sort of to that final twist, I use a chain nose plier to get it into place. So my two screws are on the sides there. And now we're just going to use the Sculpey Liquid Bakeable Clay in gold. And I'm going to go around the outside edge on the unpainted side. Figure I didn't need to paint the whole front because I was going to do this. And I've got a paintbrush that's dedicated to working with liquid clay. And I'm just going to kind of paint it out to the edge, and I'm not going to be terribly neat about it. I'm just kind of mushing it around. I like that this liquid clay is a little bit thick. Different brands have different consistencies, and the Kato clay tends to be runny, while the Sculpey clays tend to be thicker, and I like it because you can mush them around and do fun things with them. So I'm going to drag a little towards the center because that's going to help hold my piece of clay on there. And feather it out. And then I'm just going to check with my shape here, make sure that I am covering the whole area. And then I'm going to pick this up and put it where I want it. More or less in the middle. And then I thought it would be fun, since I'm sort of creating a wall jewel, to use a bit of Cupchain. And what I'll do is I'll cut a piece around my cookie cutter to get the right length. And to cut Cupchain, all you have to do is get a pair of wire cutters. It's pretty easy to cut it. So I just have these snippers, and I'm going to choose where to cut this off. Actually, make sure that's good. All right, I thought I was one short, so I'm going to choose right here, cut that off. And then I'm going to lay it right into the liquid clay. And because it's Cupchain, it's a little flexible, so you can kind of mush the crystals into place and move them around a little bit how you want them. And then I'm just going to take my brush here and pull some of the liquid clay over where the chain is showing. And you might want to get a little extra on your brush for this. Just little bits of it, because I don't want this to fall off later. And I kind of don't want the chain to be visible. I really want you to see the crystals and not worry about the chain that's holding them down. So just a little dab in between. We're done baking, and as you can see, the Cupchain is now embedded in that liquid clay, and the liquid clay is kind of sparkly and matte at the same time. I really like it. So we've got a nice contrast between the crystal and the gold around the edge there. And here I have some sari ribbon that I thought would be a good hanger. So I'm just going to cut the end and poke this through one of the eye screws. Okay, so just, if you're going to use a thick string like this, I'm just going to pull it through, give it an appropriate amount of length, and then cut it off over here. And I'm pretty sure I won't even have to tie a knot or anything. I can just kind of arrange it and then hang it. If you wanted to, you could tie a knot here, you could put beads there, whatever you want to do. But I'm good with this. I can hang this right on the wall. And I can think of a million different ways to use something like this. You could hang it on a bottle of wine as a hostess gift. You could make Christmas ornaments for everybody in your office. You could make something for your mother, your sister, make them for your fridge. These make great little gifts. So I hope that you will show us what you make. If you are a member of Polymer Clay Tribe, you can always post your photos there. Everybody loves to see what you make from our videos. And you can find the silk screen and other fun supplies at our shop, which is createalong.com. See you next time!